The mayor of Cozumel says that they will not be building a fourth cruise pier. Let's get into it. Now, if you've been to Cozumel, you know that they infamously have three cruise piers, one for Carnival, one that is used by Royal, Celebrity, and MSC, and then one towards the downtown area that Norwegian and some other cruise lines use. For a long while, there has been talk about expanding that second pier that Royal uses and making it longer and essentially kind of turning it into this fourth cruise pier. Well, it was let known today by Cozumel's mayor that that is not going to be happening. Now, the mayor cited a few reasons for this, one of them being that he says that the people of Cozumel just don't want it, that ultimately it's their decision and it's not something that the people of Cozumel themselves want. Which makes a lot of sense because as much as I love Cozumel, it has become extremely crowded lately. I mean, extremely crowded with the mega ships. And this is no hate to the mega ships. I love them. You guys know that. I have sailed on Harmony of the Seas, Allure of the Seas. I have sailed on Carnival's Jubilee. Not Icon yet, but I'm working on it. So I am no hater of the mega ship. But for those of us who have cruised to Cozumel often, I can honestly tell you it's getting harder and harder to get spots at some of these beach clubs that we all know and love. Back in the day, you could just show up and they let you in. But honey, now you're not going anywhere great anyway without a reservation, that's for sure. And Cozumel itself is an island. And I think that Cozumel is feeling the weight of that many passengers at one time. Not to mention that the cruise lines are now heavily investing in creating their own private beach clubs, which this fourth cruise pier was going to have. Coincidence? I think not. Because you guys know I have talked about it a lot on this account, which is I think that with the larger ships, there is definitely a push for the people on these ships to go to private areas which are owned by the cruise lines. They basically want all the money. They want you to spend with them, even when you're going to other places, not just on the ship. And look, I'm not against that either, okay? I've said many times before, I was a big fan of Great Stirrup Cay or Key or whatever. Don't get mad. You always get mad. But this is proving to be problematic for some of these places that the cruise lines are visiting, and that they're seeing less and less passengers spending, local dollars and are spending exclusively at these private areas. And before you get upsetty in your spaghetti, I do realize that at these private beach clubs and these private areas owned by the cruise lines that they are hiring locals, but it definitely curbs how much passengers are going to spend on their own outside of the cruise lines while they're in port. Anyway, it looks like for now, Cozumel is content with just having 3 cruise piers. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.